Okay, what I'm going to do today is change the two bearings in the flange drive on my ST1300. I took the wheel off to check faulty valve and discovered when I was checking it these two bearings in here are really rough. There's two bearings stacked on top of each other inside there. They sit on a collar. We have to knock the collar out first, turn it over. We'll then knock these two bearings out. We'll slide these new two bearings onto the collar, then put the whole thing back in one go. The bearings are in there are, I'll just check, 6905s. These ones are 6905 RS, and I've got two RS. Apparently I've discovered the RS means it's only single-sided on the seal, so I've gone for double-sided, so that's why it's two RS. Basically all the grease isn't going to fall out as soon as it gets hot, and it won't end up wearing out as quick as these ones. That's the hope. Okay, to take it out I've got a 17mm socket I'm going to use to knock the collar out in the middle. Once I've turned it over I've got a 24mm socket which I'm going to use to knock the bearings out from the other side. And also when you slide it onto the collar you have to hit it on the inner race here, and this hopefully will just slide over the collar. You can again use one of the old bearings to knock it on if you need to, that's not a problem. And then to seat the whole thing down I've got a 1 1/4 inch socket which will sit just nicely so I can tap it all back in. Okay, so let's make a start and see how easy. The book says it's quite an easy one, so let's see if we can get this out. Well, that was nice and easy. And that's your collar that the two bearings sit on. I'll give that a bit of a clean up. I'll lightly grease it when I stick it all back together again. There we go. Yep, so that's your collar. Your two bearings will sit nicely on. Okay, now we'll turn this upside down. Make sure we've got plenty of space. It's not going to hit the teeth at all. Very nice. So that's how easy these come out now. Whoops. That's the two bearings out. They did kind of disintegrate the second one, but as you can see, only sealed on one side. All the grease has gone. They are rough. This is the outer one. See, all the grease is just solidified in it. It's just gone solid. It's not been doing anything for ages. And that explains why it's extremely rough. Okay, right, let's give this a bit of a clean out. I'm, as a matter of course, going to change these O-rings. There's one here where it comes off the flange drive. There's another one that sits over there, but I'm going to change those wheel bearings in a minute. You can take this off with the push drive if you want. I thought it would just be a bit easier not to, because it's quite bulky when you do that. So this way it fits on here a lot nicer. Just going to get in to the groove, right into the corner. Get as much of this old muck out as possible. That's looking a lot nicer. Okay, so that's that ready. Okay, so what I need to do now, stick this here so I've got something to, a little bit of grease just around here to help them slide on. Okay, that one slid on fairly well. So now I'll just need to get that That's central. Yep, we can hear that change tone. And second one. Yep, we can hear that. That's definitely hit home. Okay, so that's it built up. It does sit just slightly below than the old one did, so that is correct. So that's two nice, world of difference that. So now, put this back just to protect it a bit. We need to lower these into there, so I'm going to put a little bit of grease around it just to help. Just to make it a little bit better. Okay. See how far we can get it by hand first. Not too far. Okay, so sit this on and just gently work it nicely. We're down to one's almost in. Almost home. That sounds good. You can, if you want, sit an old one and just, yep, you can tell by the sound that's making that sitting nice and square. Quick check. That feels so much nicer than the old ones. So that's it, you're done, you're built. A little bit of grease on that when it goes back in. I've marked it, so I'll put it back on the same way. Now let's get on with the ball bearings. Job done.